As a nearly 30-year resident of Midland, newly elected Councilman Steve Arnosky knows a lot about the community and wants to share his knowledge with his fellow citizens.
I grew up in Cleveland, the city of Cleveland, Ohio, and some surrounding suburbs. Moved to Alabama, lived in a small town there, and then also in Tuscaloosa, which is where I went to school. I then moved to Houston, Texas, lived there for a number of years. But for the last 28 years, except for a 3-year period in Indianapolis, I've been here in the city of Midland. And really, this is what I call my home now. Well, when I was in Houston, I worked in a couple groups called Financial Analysis and Budgets and Economic Planning. That gave me a solid financial background that I bring to the City Council. But for the last 28 years, I've been a lawyer. And I bring all that legal experience, when I'm working with a lot of different business units and areas within Dow Chemical, which I also can bring to the City Council.
The Ward 3 representative has spent many years volunteering through youth-related and character-building activities involving his 3 children.
Well, historically, I've spent a lot of time with my kids. I have 3 children. They've been very actively involved in a number of different things. Boy Scouts, soccer, wrestling, track, all these types of things, and a lot of parental involvement. I was a Boy Scout leader and assistant Scout Master for my 2 sons, who both became Eagle. I was a soccer coach as well for the kids. But sleeping on the ground and getting hurt on the soccer pitch, it doesn't appeal to me as much anymore. And so something like the City Council is another way I can get involved that doesn't involve those types of activities. One of the other things that I continue to do, though, in addition to the City Council, is the Habitat for Humanity projects. I've done those both here in Midland and in the surrounding areas, and it's really a lot of fun, and it really gives you a lot of satisfaction to give back to the community.
With just a little time under his belt, Councilman Arnosky can already see that his experience on council will be an interesting one.
One of the things that's most interesting, and I think that most people don't know in the community, is there are a number of issues that the City Council deals with that aren't visible, at least to the people who attend the City Council meetings or watch them on TV. These are called the consent items. And there's at least half to 2/3 of the items that the City Council deals with on a regular basis that you won't get through from watching, reading the Midland Daily News or watching those things. My background in law, again, fits real well, but I didn't even know that those things existed. I don't think most people in the community realize that some of the broader scope that the City Council deals with. It's interesting work, and it's an important part of why I'm on City Council. I think it's an important part of why people, the citizens elect people like myself to make good judgments about things that, frankly, they don't then have to worry about. I think one of the things I want to really communicate to people is the importance of paying attention to local government. It's something that we don't hear about a lot. There's a lot of national politics in the news that we're bombarded with, but really the city government is something that affects all of us. And I encourage people to pay attention to what's going on, talk to their city councilman. I mean, I really do appreciate and value the confidence that the voters have given me, but I want to hear from them. And I think all the city councilmen really want to hear from their constituents as well.
Councilman Arnosky can be reached via email at sarnosky@midland-mi.org or by phone at 832-8186. You can see the councilman in action at council meetings held Monday evenings at 7 p.m. twice each month at Midland City Hall.